All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out my channel. So what I want to talk about is kind of going from the young one to the old one. I don't know how to word this yet, but I've been trying to help people more than ever with the anti-aging thing and having different conversations about how they feel right now at this point in time. And it was quite interesting as I was having a conversation with some of my cousins. I went to a birthday party about a month ago, and they're all into health and fitness and things. And I told them that I was going to a gym at 5 years old at the YMCA, and now I'm heading into my mid 50s. And I literally went from like the youngest guy to the gym, now doing this throughout my life, to one of the oldest. Now, I'm not, of course, there's guys that are in my gym that are older, but it's been a long, you know what I mean, a long transition. And you just kind of look back at it and go, wow, how did I get to this place? Now, I think a lot of people go through this within their own family. Like you started off, maybe like a lot of us, we were the young ones. We were the young nephew or the young grandchild. And then before you know it, we're kind of in the middle. And then before you know it, we're kind of the older cousin or the older uncle. And, these transitions start to happen. And it's almost like we're kind of looking at ourselves differently as we age, right? And I'm here to tell you, I think everybody goes through this. But I'm also going to tell you, I don't think we necessarily have to look at ourselves that way as us being, of course, we're younger. And then, of course, we have different stages in our life. We're 20s and 30s and our 40s and 50s. I remember my grandmother once telling me, my great-grandmother from Italy, and she's like, Rich, 30s is the best age because, you start your family, you're still very strong, you're still very youthful, and then the 40s is this way and the 50s, but the 30s, the 40s is the years. And that was quite interesting to me when she said that to me. But then in my life, because we all live different lives, I think that worked for her. But then my best years, or some of the best years physically, the way I felt, and maybe creativity, was like 40s to 50s. Doesn't mean I was the strongest, but I felt really good. And now I'm heading into my 50s. But I also think about the old days when I used to think about, like a lot of people, 40s seems so old. I remember when I was younger, like 40-year-olds for the most part were just kind of sitting around, a lot of Italians, I should say, having cigarettes, watching the ball game. They definitely didn't do what I was doing physically. They weren't in the shape to do it. But I'm just saying, like, if you look at what really is an age to a certain degree, it's kind of in your head, if you think about it, because I see so many people now that are in their 50s and 60s, and I'm not just saying this, in our gym, I'll just use the gym, that are in better shape than I see a lot of guys that are in their 20s and 30s, which is absolutely astonishing to me. That blows me away. Now, if you think about it, who's younger? I know, of course, what the age, if you're going to put a number, and who's going to live longer, again, who knows? I see so many younger people not necessarily taking care of themselves, especially when it comes to maybe sitting around too much, the way they're eating, maybe it's partying too much or too hard. So I think, we've heard this expression throughout our life, age is just a number. Yeah, it is a number. There's no question about that, but it's really the lifestyle you're living. Isn't that really what it comes down to? Yeah, I'll go back to the gym situation. In my 40s, and especially now, I'm probably healthier than I was throughout my 20s and 30s when I started to get really big and the toll I was taking on my body. So yeah, I was stronger, but I wasn't necessarily healthier. So I think that's what this podcast is really about, is trying to help people understand that you may be age-wise the oldest person in the family or at work or in the gym or in your surroundings. That doesn't mean you can't be the healthiest or you can't be the strongest, or at least for this time in your life. And again, I'm not going to say you're going to be, if you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, you're going to be as strong, right? Or have as much energy in your youth. Maybe you would, maybe you won't. I don't know. But I am here to tell you, do not kind of get caught up and box yourself in to say, wow, I'm the old one here. It's time to kind of give up. I can't do what I want to do. You'd be shocked. Maybe what's holding you back is your mindset, and maybe you just got to make maybe a physical transformation. It could be lose weight, gain weight, just get a little healthier, or just have an entirely different mindset. Because I think a lot of us, our society has made the youth cool, and the old kind of out, or like, out of style, I should say, or kind of be frowned upon. I don't believe that at all. I grew up with a lot of Italian immigrants and older people, and we loved the older people. And my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, I just went to a 90-year birthday party for my uncle, and I am amazed at how strong he is. He drove me to my hotel, like no problem. And that's pretty damn amazing. And he's been married 65 years, I think. He's in great shape. Now, again, is he going to live to, I don't know what he's going to live to, but I'm just amazed that he didn't box himself in. He's like, Rich, I got another 100. And I'm like, yeah, I know a woman who's 109 years old right now in Chicago. So he's kind of like, yeah, I still got a lot in the tank. I'm like, hell yeah, you do. You may too. Don't think you don't. So anyways, you got any questions or comments about anti-aging, you can hit me up. I'll give you my perspective. I'm going to be starting a webinar series first and third Tuesday of every month, and I really just want to help people with that, with this mindset of age, that at this certain age you got to feel this way or do these things. No, do what the hell you can do and do what you want to do. All right, take care.